course, we'll be looking at your responsibilities in the workplace and what to do if you or your coworkers are bullied or harassed. Under safety legislation, all employees are responsible for helping to maintain a safe and healthy working environment. Some of the ways you can do this include treating all colleagues fairly and respectfully, regardless of whether you like them, what position they hold, or what mood you're in. Avoiding any behavior that might be seen as bullying or harassment. And actively promoting a welcoming, supportive, and harmonious work environment. Your workplace may also have policies and codes of conduct that provide guidance on appropriate behavior in your workplace. Employers have a responsibility to take all reasonable steps to protect the health and safety of their employees, which includes providing an environment free from bullying and harassment. Employers may also be held responsible for the acts of their employees. This responsibility is called vicarious liability. Vicarious liability means that employers that have not taken reasonable steps to make sure that bullying and harassment does not occur may be held responsible for the actions of an employee who commits this type of behavior. Employers may also be liable for bullying and harassing behavior that they were aware was happening, but did not take steps to stop or prevent. It is important to note, however, that vicarious liability does not prevent the person committing the behavior from also being held liable. Some of the reasonable steps that employers can take to prevent bullying and harassment include developing a code of conduct or policy relating to bullying and harassment, making employees aware of the organization's policy, making employees aware of their obligations and responsibilities in regards to bullying and harassment, and making sure that the work environment is not one that could be considered hostile. Employers are also required to take measures to reduce foreseeable risks arising from an employee's contact with people from outside of the organization, such as bullying or harassment from customers and other visitors to the workplace. There are several reasons why people avoid reporting incidents of bullying and harassment. The victim of the behavior may fear that nothing will get done about it and that reporting the behavior will only make things worse. Or be concerned that making a report could cost the person being reported their job. However, if you are being harassed or bullied, you must not ignore the behavior, as this may be seen as permission for the unwelcome behavior to continue. A new employee has started in the office. The new starter, Sean, is struggling to fit in, and other team members have begun teasing him, deliberately giving him bad instructions, and referring to him as Yawn. Which of the following are ways Sean's colleagues should deal with this situation? That's right, all employees are responsible for helping to maintain a safe and healthy work environment. If you are being bullied or harassed, you should keep a record of events, including the details of what happened, who was involved, when the events occurred and how, and make copies of any supporting documentation. The organization that you work for should have an internal complaints management process that you can use before making a complaint to an external body. Your company may also have an employee assistance program, EAP, that you can approach for help. An internal complaints process should be documented and available to employees, and not prevent you from making a complaint to an external body at any time during the process. Please note that if the harassment is potentially a criminal offense, you may need to report the behavior to the police. Behavior that could be a criminal offense includes physical molestation or assault, indecent exposure, sexual assault, stalking, and obscene communication. Let's take a closer look at some of the steps that may be included in an internal complaints process, starting with discussing the issue directly. Most internal complaints processes will encourage a self-management approach, where you approach the person confidentially and inform them specifically which behavior is offensive to you, how it makes you feel, and ask for the behavior to stop. If you are comfortable taking this approach, and it is safe to do so, you should make sure you have a clear idea about what you want to say, and avoid making contact when you are angry or emotional about the situation. You may take someone with you for support. You should not be forced to take this approach if it makes you feel uncomfortable. If speaking directly to the person or people involved in the issue does not resolve the issue, or if you do not feel comfortable making a direct approach, you may need to discuss the matter with your supervisor or another nominated person in the organization, sometimes known as a contact officer. If the person involved in the issue is your supervisor, you should go to that person's manager or supervisor. This person should discuss the matter with you to determine what, if anything, will resolve the issue. If you are prepared to participate in mediation, this may assist in resolving the issue. This process is voluntary and may involve joint or separate discussions with you and any other person or people involved. The aim of mediation is to come to a mutual resolution of all issues on terms that are agreed to by all parties. Internal mediation will usually involve the relevant supervisor or contact person acting as an impartial mediator. This process should seek to create a mutually satisfactory outcome for all involved. If a mutually satisfactory outcome cannot be reached by mediation, a further review body may consider the complaint. This body is usually created to review material that is the subject of a complaint and then make a determination about what, if any, action should be taken. To make its decision, the review body may consider written statements, documents, and any other relevant material. The complaint usually needs to be put in writing and must contain concise facts that will then be checked. A copy of the written complaint is provided to the respondent. Your company's internal complaints process should allow for both the complainant and the person against whom a complaint is made to be represented by a person of their own choice. Either party may refer the complaint to an external body if they are not satisfied with the outcome of the process. Note that this process may vary based on the company's policy. Some serious cases of bullying and harassment may escalate to criminal proceedings, particularly if the behavior is a criminal offense. However, in other cases, the issue may be resolved to the satisfaction of all parties through a company's internal complaints management process. If the situation is serious and it is not safe for you to discuss with anyone in your workplace, there are several organizations you can approach for outside advice. You can contact your state or territory workplace health and safety authority to get advice about workplace bullying or to report an incident. You can contact the Fair Work Commission to make an application to stop or prevent bullying. You can contact the Australian Human Rights Commission to get advice or to make a complaint about workplace harassment. Bring the steps of the internal complaints management process in order, from the first recommended step to the last. Click Check to see your results. Well done. You have placed the recommended steps in the correct order and successfully completed this activity. Witnesses of workplace bullying and harassment can also take steps to help make sure that their workplace is a safe environment for themselves and their co-workers. Like victims, witnesses are encouraged to act. Ignoring the behavior may be seen by the people or group doing the bullying or harassing as a form of acceptance. If you witness workplace bullying or harassment, your options include keeping a written record of exactly what you have witnessed in case you are required to take part in an investigation, reporting the behavior via an internal complaints procedure, or speaking to the victim of the behavior if it is safe to do so. Listen with empathy and encourage them to make a report, or go with them if they decide to approach the offender. Witnessing bullying and harassment can have a significant emotional impact. If you are a witness, it may help to talk to someone you trust or seek professional counseling. Victimization is treating a person unfairly because they have made a complaint or assisted another person to complain, either within their organization or to an external organization. Victimization is unlawful. It is your legal right to make a complaint under anti-discrimination and workplace health and safety laws, witness somebody else's complaint, or seek information or advice about resolving an issue or making a complaint. You should now have a good understanding about your responsibilities and what to do if you or your co-workers are bullied or harassed. Before we move on, you'll need to complete a short multiple choice assessment. You'll need to pass this assessment to complete the course.